3, 2, 1, click.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, it's a tweet.
The panic.
I learned that the offspring of a polar bear and a grizzly bear is a pizzy bear. I want a pizzy bear.
I'm
Is
sure
that
it
gonna
wants
be
you
the
to.
evolution of bear?
Can it be?
Have you seen the
Are
picture
you,
of
are you letting all of your indoor head animals have children, Squee?
Please.
Are they just in there
Oh,
fucking all
dear.
day? Like,
It's very boring in there. Have you been in Emmy's head?
I don't think I want to.
Y'all
I
won't
don't
let
want
me
to
sleep.
now.
Y'all won't let me sleep, so I won't let you sleep.
Y'all gonna sleep. Yeah.
You know, I ain't gonna sleep because of me.
Oh, that's good. Anyways, who would like to cover for us the events of our last session, although it was short?
I'm
Going
not good
once.
at those.
Going twice.
I can do it again this week.
Thank you. I'm more than happy to read my very shitty notes this time around. I really didn't take a lot of them.
But are they funny?
I don't know.
Well, go ahead, Laura.
All right. So last week we finally made our way out of the house after it was determined there's no point in rummaging around anymore. We've stolen everything that we can, including the potted plants, which will hopefully be rehomed responsibly. And by that I mean we're going to sit them on the side of the curb and hope that it rains on them. And we ended up taking off into the night. Mars briefly was like, hey, we should probably go to the inn, like right now. I know we keep having conversations on the way there, but we should get there like right now. And Cry was like, you know, Paige's cart is probably closer. And she's like, great, let's go there. So we went there instead. We completely left Thea behind. Which, you know, oops, but she got back. She was fine.
She's fine.
Literally,
She's fine.
as soon as she banged on the door, Mars is like, shit, we forgot Thea! So, yeah, we got back. There was some conversations as what to do next. There were a couple of people who were ready to go back to the inn. Mars didn't want to go back outside, so she decided that she was going to sleep in one of the chairs in the wagon. And Emmy is glued to Mars physically, cannot be removed, don't even try. And JB's just happy to hang out with a shit ton of books. So why not? So the party split, as per usual. And luckily Rhea went off to the inn with the others just to make
Oh,
sure.
thank God, she's gone. We can be mentally anguished in peace.
Less that and more the crazy impulsive ones had someone to actually keep an eye on them. But yeah, everyone hunkered down for the night. Emmy had a big old heckin' headache in the middle of nowhere while she was dead asleep. So that was unfortunate.
Can't see me, but
Gaius-
I'm judging you.
Yeah. Gaius woke up, couldn't remember a goddamn thing, and was like, "Hey, Holly, what the fuck happened? Where? How? What? What?" And she was like, "We'll talk about it later." You know, the thing that we've been saying for over a week now. Eventually Thea and I believe both Thea and
You can do it.
oh fuck me. Isabel?
Isabella, yeah.
Yes, okay.
ATM.
I kept wanting to say Esme and I was like, that's not it. That's not right. Wrong game. But yes, they came down. I believe they both came down, and have joined with the group to head over to the oh fuck my life, the wagon. Oh, this is gonna be a long session. Came down to the started heading down to the wagon after they had some breakfast, and while they were heading over, there was a very long, very sad, very enlightening conversation between Mars and JB that was essentially along the lines of same trauma.
Same trauma.
Same trauma.
Insert Spider-Man meme here.
Yeah, exactly. Where they both kind of opened up about the fact that the sky is really big and really scary, and sometimes it just kind of feels like it's gonna swallow them whole, and it's not a fun feeling. Also, extremely amusing that both of them did essentially the same thing when they first saw the sky, which was stare at the sun for way too long and then go, ah, that hurts.
Look, nobody thinks to tell you not to look at it, alright?
I'm pretty sure these two have like the highest intelligence in the group. At least of the PCs.
I feel like that should be a wisdom thing, you know?
I know, it's just
It's
amusing to me.
intelligent to know not to look at it. It's wisdom if you can control yourself from looking at it.
Exactly. Charm just means you are somebody's son. Wink. But yeah, so they had a very long, very sobering conversation that once again has had Mars trying to instill the idea of, hey, I'm here for you, friend. We can work together to be the big brave, and we'll see how much of that JB retains.
All right. Good job. I believe you should still have the inspiration from last session.
I do indeed.
So go ahead and throw it at somebody.
Who does not have a thing?
I do not. Anybody else?
I have
No.
mine.
Feel like I will need it next session, but I'm good for this one.
Yeah, looks like
Yes.
Gaius is the only one without.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Have an inspo.
Thank you. Bam.
Also
Very nice.
6. I believe that Black Cat John Brown will retain 6 of that conversation.
6?
Hmm.
I'm going more like 5.5.
I'm optimistic.
We'll see.
Hmm.
Yes, we know.
All right.
Yeah.
As our trepid adventurers regroup at the cart, what is your plan? I don't know if everyone has seen it, but I sent a little list, as was requested, of the stuff you guys have gathered. That should help you if you want to look into that for your little investigation into whatever the fuck is happening.
Hmm.
Or, you can ignore it and do something else. That's always an option.
Unfortunately, my character doesn't remember any of this, so I can't really do anything.
I mean, Holly's plan is to talk to the maid and then the diary. So
Cool.
I
I
mean,
think-
we should probably read the diary first so we have some context, and also don't ask questions that we would just get answered.
that seems like an excellent idea.
How old were you? Oh, hey, look, it says right here on page 6.
It's if only we knew somebody who needed flowers and liked to read.
It's a shame we don't know anyone. Anyways.
JB?
Are you gonna try and feed JB flowers?
Yes.
I've
We're
seen
gonna give
cats
you a
eat
flower
weird
crown.
things. I'll be
put
real.
him in JB's hair, a flower looks super
In
adorable
their hair,
right next
yes.
to the ear.
Hey, JB, I found this flower. Will you try it?
Give him to JB.
Okay, how
He'll
did it
eat
taste?
anything.
By the way, that they called it belladonna.
Oh.
How do you feel?
I was hoping for like maybe more chamomile, St. John's wort, those kind of flowers.
You would hope.
You fool.
Have you learned nothing?
That would be because you still have hope. Really look into that.
Yeah, it's a memory issue. I'm not sure if I want it back. I keep thinking the world is good.
It's okay, we'll fix that. So, where would you guys like to start off?
Level 20.
No.
I haven't
Alright.
finished my sheet for
Fine.
that.
All right,
Holly's
fine. Then I will continue to be the late riser that Emmy is. Go get him, everyone. She'll be up. How late in the morning are we? Are we still very early?
It's still fairly early.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
like Isabel and Thea kind of mad because I woke them up so early.
Yes.
I mean, a little bit.
I mean,
Arithia
look.
definitely seems grumpy. As
If
she
you
is.
tell me not to message you before I leave, I'm gonna have to message you at 6 a.m. the next day. That's just how it works. So Holly's gonna just walk straight up to the door and knock before entering.
Okay. Sure. You just let yourself in. Go ahead.
Yep. So Holly will knock and hello, everybody up? And walk in.
As Mars and JB are huddled in a corner over like a mask, and she's like, am I saying it right? I feel like I'm saying it right. It doesn't feel that there's no making gestures at the mask.
With this particular incantation, it is imperative that you roll the R strong. strongly.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll try again. We'll try again.
Hello, everybody. I brought breakfast, or BB's breakfast. Well, Holly will hold the flowers out to Mars when she stands up from or stops the conversation.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I'll, we can work on this later. I don't know how far we're going to be. This is fine.
So,
Like, puts the mask away in her bag. Goes over, takes the flowers, and will like give them a big sniff, smile. Thank you, Holly. And then immediately head over to BB's house.
oh, you know what? I should have brought food for people. Crap.
No, it's fine. We'll eat these.
I'm sure some of them are edible. It'll give us a chance to check and see if my herbology,
Herbalism.
my plant
Herbivore?
knowledge of the local wildlife is applicable.
Yeah,
to these.
I think that one's valerian root, but which would be great, but I wanted to make a tea from it later.
Oh, set
But-
that one aside.
No. I think it'd be great for BB. Just hang the flowers up and let them dry, and then. But you know how you make tea.
Yes.
Anyways,
So, did you all sleep well?
Eventually.
Nothing
was-
went wrong, did it?
No. Well, I mean, not for me. It was a very uneventful night. Gaius? Rhea?
I'm fine. Yes. Kind of looks over Gaius just to make sure he's okay.
I'm tired. Kind of thirsty. Mostly tired. I don't know why. But hey, we'll figure
Yeah.
that out.
Some bacon would probably be really good for you right now.
I already had some bacon, thank you.
Okay.
You know, some
Excellent.
more bacon.
Something
best
other than
hangover
bacon.
food.
How does
Bake it until you feel better. What part of this are you missing?
does anybody have it like an apple or some kind of fruit or something? Something that's not fatty.
Oh, I have. She like starts rummaging around in her bag. I have some bread rolls. Holds
yeah.
them out.
That sounds good. He's gonna just start eating them.
Starchy it is.
They're a little bit dry.
Mhm.
This is fine.
I also have what? Well, maybe you should just have water.
As Isabella's holding out the wine bottle.
I'm good on wine for a bit, thank you.
If you insist.
It is. What? It is like 7. Why are you drinking?
I'm the stunny.
Huh.
As if that answers everything.
that means nothing to me.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna eat that.
Yeah, we ate all my rations yesterday. Well, not us. They ate. Anyways, we should probably go shopping while we're in town. See if they have any potions, or
Potions
Booze
of
and
potions.
Potions of potions.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite kind.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what it is till you pop the cork. Take a drink. I think that would be a good idea to get before we leave the city.
Yes.
Sorry, I just mentioned it because I was looking for stuff in my pack, and I know I'm gonna forget in the future.
Mhm. All right. That's a very fair.
I
We're-
do believe we have some conversations that need to be held.
Oh, are we not summoning the demons first thing? Oh, what a shame.
I thought you told me it wasn't. I thought you. Wasn't that a joke?
She just smirks.
Wait. What?
Why are we
I'm-
summoning
I'm-
demons?
I feel like I'm missing something. What are we?
I think I need to make sure that I need to practice. Just to make sure. Apparently, you can summon a demon if you try to speak with the dead. So I need to review my notes again. But that's really great because that would maybe give time for somebody to read that diary that she had. I might even give us at least like even her name. That would be a good. I don't think I can say, "Hey maid, and tell me this."
Well, I do have her diary.
But we should probably
Uh-huh.
at least look inside and see if there's this book belongs to Paige. And Holly looks around like, don't you guys do that on all your personal book? Oh, maybe not.
Mars, you are well aware that attempting to speak with the dead, even if you're not very practiced on it, you're not going to end up summoning a demon. That's not one of the possibilities.
Yeah, so she does the thing where she holds up a finger and then stops, and then it's essentially the the Firefly Nathan Fillion gif. Just, no, Holly, I can tell you what's up. Yes, exactly. I'm fairly extremely certain, actually, that if you're just attempting to communicate with the dead, at least in the traditional sense that I'm aware of, summoning a demon isn't possible. Most demon summonings require quite a lot more work than that. Usually
Even
circles or sacrifice or extensive incantations specifically for that. That's She slowly shakes her head. That's not going to happen if you're just trying to speak with the dead.
okay.
I'm
'Cause I
not
have this
saying that
friend-
you shouldn't be careful, because spellcasting is a delicate art and all of that. But I don't think that's something you have to worry about specifically.
I mean, I know that there are different ways to summon different demons. I was told as a kid, like, you can look in the mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times, and then she would appear. And so I'm just always a little careful. So that's great to hear.
There's a slight squint at Bloody Mary, but she doesn't say anything because at this point she just knows there's always going to be shit that she doesn't get.
No, guys, this is important. Holly has moved on from science of another realm straight to the superstitions of another realm.
Oh no.
Holly is not of this plane, confirmed.
Yeah. Holly has iPad somewhere in pack, confirmed.
Right. Every time you guys show up to a tavern, she's just looking for an outlet.
He has an AM radio, long distance. It travels planes.
Oh my god.
So I think I will. I'm still gonna review my notes, and it'd be great if we could look at the notebook and right, conversations. That would probably be best to get those out of the way first. So Gaius, that's a good place to start, right? And Holly's kind of looking around at everybody. Like they're supposed to know what's going on.
Mars gently, boops at Emmy to try and wake her up so that she's available for the conversation.
What am I supposed to do?
What you were
Do specifically.
You were just asking earlier about what happened yesterday and why you didn't remember any of it. And
Yeah.
I have two theories. The first one is that you got blackout drunk and just don't remember from that. But I don't know, does anybody have another theory?
There's a deep frown as Mars, not frown, but it's kind of like a wait, what? Look as she looks over at you, just like,
oh, that's what he thought this morning. So, and before he starts
Why are you guys acting so weird?
Maybe you should sit down for a moment.
I am sitting.
By the way, during all of this, Emmy stretches, does the whole paws extended thing, gets up on Mars's shoulders, listens to the conversation, is already asleep again.
You say that, but she's been just gently tapping on her forehead the whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's gonna get so annoying.
Then probably right around the time you said sit down, you have this message in your mind. Stop that.
Oh, sorry. So, Gaius?
Yeah?
How,
Have you ever heard the name Cry?
Huh? Wait, you both talked at the same time. What?
Have you ever heard the name Cry?
No.
Does that mean anything to you?
Not the name, but crying is what you do when you're sad. I mean...
Sure. So, it might be possible that, I read this one time, the story about this person who had a multiple personality disorder.
Where the fuck did you... What?
Oh! Out of character! Fucking what? JB's got triple plus signs.
I'm sorry, Sib. I don't think
I'm not sure psychology is
mental
quite
disabilities have been invented
there yet.
Yeah.
Real quick, JB, what's up?
Well, JB has been in the back, looking vaguely nauseous this whole time, but as soon as the conversation turns to cry, they perk up a little bit. Sir Gaius, if I may.
Yes.
You recall the unfortunate incident where I briefly occupied your body, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
You and I spoke briefly afterwards about there being a third party.
Is that what you said?
Perhaps not so in so many words.
What are you trying to say?
The presence I was aware of when I occupied your corporeal form briefly, has both a name and a personality, and occasionally, takes over. I can assure you, he's not been rude or destructive.
I, uh, what? I,
Mars like sits down next to the chair that he's in and like puts a hand on his arm. It appears that I'm not exactly sure what the exact triggers are, but there is another presence in you, one that is rather protective, it seems. And his name is Cry. And she will actually take out her sketchbook and show him the sketches that he had made of Cry, and he sees himself. Obviously, it's still Gaius, but that much more confident, calm demeanor to him, the posture and the unfamiliar gestures and poses and things. I took a few sketches of you with him, the what when he was in
I don't
charge.
understand. You're saying that there's me but not me.
Yeah, guys.
Gaius, in your mind, you hear, Gaius, you know that when I change forms, my entire personality and demeanor changes, yes?
Yeah?
That is because there are many within me. They are all their own being. In a way, we are similar. Your body is shared by some other being by the name of Cry, who can take over at certain points.
I don't believe you.
Guys,
This
I
this
have a
can't be real.
I have a question.
What?
How old were you when your stepfather passed away?
My stepfather? It was only
When he came to an unfortunate end.
that was 5 years ago.
So you're how old now?
36?
Okay, so
In your mind, Gaius, you would hear, Gaius, in the entire time you have known me, have I ever once told a joke, or made fun, or laid a prank, or spoken anything that wasn't the truth?
I guess not, but that doesn't make sense. 'Cause
would understand. If I could not remember the forms that took over my body, I would have difficulty believing it too. But trust in your pack.
So all those other groups were right. I was different.
What do you mean the other group?
I told you guys that they had problems with me being part tiefling.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
They kept saying I was too different to stick with them. So I would have to leave and go find other work.
Well, that's not what we're saying at all. Just
No. We're definitely not saying you have to. That you're too different. As in you're too much unlike us. How often do you have missing time? I mean, there was
Periodically, sometimes.
last night.
There was
Has it-
last night. There were a couple of times
Has it been
before that.
occurring more recently, especially since
There was
we talked about and Holly kind of tilts her head towards Mars.
I remember you wanting to talk, but I don't remember anything after that. I just remember waking up.
We had a rather interesting full conversation, but out of respect for your privacy, don't want to say what. I would love to talk to you in a more private time.
This is a lot to take in. I need to think about this a lot. Because this would explain a lot of things, but it's not like it started at any one point. I've had missing time since I was a child.
You said you don't remember anything before puberty. Think right around when you were starting Squire.
What?
Young teenager.
No.
Do you have any childhood memories?
I do have some, yes.
Oh. I
was in an orphanage.
Right? I must have had that wrong. I'm sorry. Why don't we just keep an eye on Lost Time for now? And you think and process, and we can revisit this topic when you're ready. Yeah. Just know that we're here for you, buddy. We're
I'll get to your plus in just a second, but Rhea would walk up and place a hand on one of your shoulders, Gaius. And would say, when you're comfortable later, we have something to talk about. You and I.
Great.
It's not bad. I promise.
Okay.
All right. Mars.
What the heck?
I muted. Okay.
Mm.
So for the life of me, because I'm an absolute idiot, I know that Mars had asked Cry, like, what would be something that she could tell Gaius something that's like a memory that nobody would know, something that would be able to convince him of something. But for the life of me, I can't find where I fucking wrote it down.
You asked of ways to communicate with each other. I don't remember a specific memory, but I remember I remember mentioning that the easiest way for guys to communicate with Cry was looking in a mirror.
Okay.
Which he is afraid of mirrors.
Okay. Well, she would give his arm a little squeeze. He cry, that is. He had mentioned that if you wish to communicate, you should be able to do so by looking into a mirror, and that would be the easiest way to do so.
I don't like that. I don't like that. That's too much.
I know that all of this is a lot to take in. It's
Yeah,
not an easy thing to do.
You don't understand my reflection. Sometimes it's fine, but sometimes it just stands there smiling creepily at me. I don't like it.
There's like a moment.
like Emmy and Mars look at each other.
Yeah.
And then in your mind, guys, you hear, and you're having trouble believing that there is another entity inside you? I would think
I
this
don't know.
would be...
At the same time, Mars is just like, I'm fairly certain that that's just Cry.
For reference, Elora, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You remember Lock and Key? Yeah, the mirror key? Yes, that's exactly the vibe I'm going for. It's creepy as shit.
In your mind again, guys, you would hear, from what I can tell, and I have been watching them like a hawk, they mean you no harm. But when you come to the conclusion that you inevitably must, I will be here if you wish to talk. I know something about what it is like to share. Headspace is not a word in D&D. My mind.
It is now.
It is now, yeah. To share headspace.
To have roommates. We're gonna say that with a heavy
I know what
air
it is
quotes.
like to be
And they were
the floor
roommates.
leader of a dorm.
This is too much. I need to go. He's gonna start heading towards the entrance.
Maybe you shouldn't go out on your own.
I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna sit outside.
Oh.
As Gaius approaches the door, worth noting that JB has been agitated and like they look like they're on the verge of throwing up. Like this, they've looked ill this whole time, and as soon as Gaius starts walking away, they say, like probably louder than they usually talk. The red dragon is coming for me. And then they immediately clap a hand over their mouth and they look horrified.
That's probably the second topic we
There's
should
just a
discuss.
slow turn.
He's gonna stop, turn, say, "That's rough, buddy." He's gonna go straight outside.
As you all would note that Isabella sort of like slightly steals the chair that he was sitting on and pushes it up to a chair and just kicks back with her feet up, watching this all unfold.
Guys, that's
I think that he has a lot to process, and it's, well, it's overdue, perhaps.
If you
But
don't want him to be out there by himself, we could keep an eye on him. She would nod towards Rithia in her raven form.
that, yes, please. That would be so amazing if you would do that. I really want to give him the space that I know he needs right now, but it's probably not safe, especially with yesterday. And the red dragon is also a concern.
slow nod.
Alright, just open the door slightly if you could.
Holly's gonna go to the door and stick her head out and go, Gaius?
Well, are you gonna open it?
Yeah, she's gonna open the door full open, stick her head out.
As you open the door, guys falls backwards back to
Oh
Like-
no.
What?
Right on Holly's face. Oh, sorry, I was gonna ask about maybe getting some breakfast for these other fine, lovely people who have maybe not eaten. That would be just really helpful and would give you some time to think.
What do you want?
While you're
Food?
walking.
What kind of food do you want?
An egg McMuffin.
I'll have a McGriddle.
And they said they're out of McGriddles.
Oh. No,
Oh, but
that's
they are
fine.
gonna give us 5 orange juices for no
Fuck it, y'all are getting breakfast burritos.
Can I have a hash brown?
No.
Oh, breakfast burritos.
Amazing.
As Gaius, you're picking yourself up off the floor.
Yeah, rubbing the back
The-
of his head.
Thea does fly out the door.
Okay. Get everybody something, I guess.
Thank you. That would be so helpful.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
What'd you say?
Holly's just like thinking, you take your time, but she doesn't want to say it because, she doesn't want to push the issue. So she's just kind of sitting there, maybe making a face of like she's super constipated, but it's really just she's
He's gonna
thinking of too many
reach
things.
out, grab the door, slowly close it. If you don't have anything to say, he's just gonna
No. Yeah.
dip. Okay.
Oh my god. You're letting out all the hot air.
So, Mars, in your mind, once the door
Mhm.
closes, Mars, may I ask you a question?
As she's still staring at at Holly, just like, what the fuck? Yes. Yes, I mean, what is it?
I'm curious. All the dancing around you and Holly did, instead of simply telling Gaius that he was possessed by Cry, was that for his benefit or yours?
That's a good
first of
question.
all,
Yes.
She doesn't understand why you guys do these things. She's trying to understand. I mean, she's sitting there the whole time going, "What are they doing? Just tell him. Just tell him."
it is meant to ease him into the idea of it.
I see. I suppose when he gets back, I shall have to ask him if it worked. Thank you.
Oh my fucking god.
I appreciate it.
Emmy uses the same tactic later on Mars and Holly. Asks, now did that work?
I considered it!
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
So after the door is shut and Holly will kind of swing back around. JB, would you have the floor? If you would care to elaborate?
JB, who is visibly shivering, has their head hidden in their hands, and has their tail is fluffed up and wrapped around their ankle.
Holly will walk over to them and you okay? But it's okay. This is a safe space. We all care about you, and no matter what, we're here for you.
Almost as if they haven't heard you. They just shake their head and say, like almost mumble to themselves. I submit myself to your judgment. I understand if you would like me to leave.
No, absolutely not. That's not at all how families work. It's okay to take space, but you're stuck with us. Could I say something to the group? Is that okay with you? It's your story. I don't want to tell your story.
I submit myself to your judgment.
So Holly will kind of turn, because she's been facing directly at JB, and turn to the side and address the group. JB has had their ups and downs just as we all have. And with that past comes strings that are attached, and sometimes those strings are good. They bring us to new family, new pack, and sometimes those strings can be bad. They can put people in danger. And I think what JB's saying, I'm not probably doing a really bad job, but I think what they're saying is that one of the strings that come attached or baggage is a rather angry, persistent red dragon that is determined to take JB and take away their control and free will. Is
Mars slowly reaches out to Holly and takes their hand and, looking them dead in the eye, goes, Holly, I know that you and I like to dance around the conversation. For that one specifically, you just say it.
Holly
And-
takes like a. Go ahead.
N-
Holly
n-
just takes a deep breath.
Yep. Like the expression is like you can listen, Emmy. Like you can feel just a slight like just like a slight tremor to her. It's very clear that there's a lot of wound up tension going on, but she's very much putting on like a calm face, and she gives Holly's hand a squeeze, looks over at JB. Is this what you have been worried about?
You spoke of the sky swooping down to devour you, and I am afraid I must take that literally. It is never far from my mind.
There's a moment before there's just like almost an audible click as everything falls into place. Oh.
JB also mentioned a black dragonborn that was the leader of the ancient red dragon's army. That we should also.
I am very pleased that you are kind enough to have heard me out thus far, but perhaps no, I have not done enough to explain the scale. She is ancient and has a veritable army at her disposal and a deep and keen understanding of magic. It is not a matter of if she finds me, it is a matter of when. I understand if you wish me to leave.
You are not allowed to go anywhere. I will be extremely upset.
Yeah, you hear in your mind, Black Cat. I agree with Holly. If you would think we would wish you to leave, then you need to understand us better, or we have not done a good enough job making ourselves clear.
And JB, I mean, you're stuck with me. Sorry, that amulet around your neck kind of made sure that happened.
They make like kind of a high pitched noise. Like it's almost a laugh, but it's not really. Renko said the same thing, once.
He did. Well,
Yes. And then she took him from me too. Like she has every sanctuary I've ever found. So please forgive me if I am having trouble understanding you better.
In your mind, you hear, "It is possible the fault is our own. Either way, we will work on it."
I mean,
During, I'm sorry, but during all of this, you all, I would say including Mars, because she's not being secretive about it, Isabella would have removed her feet from the table and taken out her cards to shuffle them and has begun pulling out different cards. Please continue.
at this point, I mean, that red dragon's after a member of my family. It's part of my story. It's personal now. It's attacking, same as if it were attacking me. I could no more outrun it than you. Orinko, you've told me several things about him, but you've also told me that he kept things separate, personal, private. He didn't share everything with you. And I don't dare to quantify your relationship with him, but he left. He was alone. We can make sure that won't happen. We won't be alone. I mean, I guess Gaius is kind of alone right now, but well, he is there. But you have people watching your back now. And we need you to help watch ours. Because the only way we'll get through this is together. That's what the cards say, right? That's Isabella. That's what that.
She's just flipping out the death card over and over and over.
Right? I didn't think I had
even
so
think
many
we
of
had-
these. Oh my goodness.
Just looks up. Yes.
Carefully puts the card back in the deck so you don't see what it was. Of course, it's yeah.
Oh my god, we're fucked.
No, she seems almost as if she hasn't heard you.
Isabella?
She pulls another card.
Yeah, Isabella? Damn it. We just sent Thea away.
After a moment, she places down the final card. And you can see her body visibly relax.
Good news, I hope.
What? Oh, it looks between all of you. Are we done talking already? Oh, I missed it. Okay. This is fine. Good news from the cards. More or less. I'm making sure that everything is still as it should be.
So it's fine.
Would you truly like to see what I see? Or
Yes. And Holly will take a few steps forward. Oh. JB? And Holly will look back at JB.
Yeah, yes.
Do you want to know what Isabella sees in the cards?
They're quiet for a minute. Very, very well.
Alright. Right
Yeah.
over here then. And she will begin laying them out on the table in front of her. This here, the first card. The Ghost. The Return of an Old Enemy. The next card. The Beast. This enemy holds a great rage within them. As we follow the story down to this card, the Horseman, there is death, the end of a bloodline, which is followed swiftly by the Raven, a fortunate turn of events. And then the Torturer, the coming of suffering and merciless cruelty, with the Enchanter swiftly after. A guide of false information. But that is not the end of the story, as she pulls out a couple of more cards. The Warrior is strength personified. And the end of this tale, the Avenger, justice and revenge for great wrongs.
That. Mm.
So
That's a
yes,
little
as far as I can
heavy.
see, everything is still together.
Mhm. Um. Yep, that seems, I guess, kind of what we talked about previously. Ish. Um. And I'll kind of look around at everybody. But these can be changed. It's not written in stone, otherwise you wouldn't be here with us.
It's true that they can be changed, but try not to stray too far off the path.
Well, then, I guess the question would be, whose bloodline? Anyways, time will answer that. The important thing is these are very similar to the cards I had before about the end of a bloodline and the events afterwards, consequences. So, that just means that we're tied. So, together, you're You're stuck. Sorry. Holly like kind of puts her arm around them. Whatever the future may hold. We'll face it together.
Mars will walk over and place a very gentle hand on the other side of JB. I know that this is terrifying, and I know that you probably don't think so of yourself, but what you've said, what you've done is very brave. And I'm proud of you, and we're going to get through this together. All right? If you're saying something, we're not hearing it.
Oh, they said all right.
Ah.
So that's one tough conversation. Perhaps we should pick this up again as well. There's a lot to process.
She turns to Isabella. Are you able to speak with Arithia while she's a raven? Like, long distance, I mean.
I have a way. I cannot do it so much in a day. Typically, for most of it, it goes the other way around. But I can.
So if something goes wrong, she would be able to let you know.
Yes.
Would she immediately let you know if something went wrong?
Well, I suppose you're asking the wrong person.
I would hope that you would know, but all right.
I mean, Thea was very upset about me not messaging or letting her know when we left. So they would be,
If
you know, up on that stuff, right?
If you are concerned about something happening to your friend, I can guarantee that it will not.
I'm sorry. Really quickly, I'm just picturing the entire time Gaius is trying to get food. Raven pops down.
We're gonna get to you.
No, let me finish. Raven pops down, unhinges its jaw, and just starts fucking talking. Oh, what the?
Like fucking Stitch.
Like fucking Isabella's
Yeah.
voice comes out of the ring. Oh!
Yeah.
That's hilarious because in the Strahd game that we did, that's essentially how it worked for Thea, talking through her raven.
Oh, wow.
It was great.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Oh boy.
But yes, if you are concerned about something happening to your friend, it will not.
Okay.
As she packs up her cards, he is, after all, a part of this story.
Right. Well, course. Um, just like nervously glances at everyone else, hoping to see some looks of reassurance. Probably doesn't find any.
You
Not
just see
even looks
Emmy.
of reassurance, just looks that are reassuring.
You just see Emmy studying you calmly, as always. But again, how does a fox look reassuring?
Ria's always reassuring.
Assuring, man. But yeah, I'll see myself out.
Please and thank you.
Rejected.
No, it's fine. I gotta drag him over.
Back at Gay Baby Jam.
No, it's the punishment corner.
Alright. So, we are going to break off from you all for a moment to follow Gaius on his little quest for food. Gaius, what's up right now? How you doing, bud?
Man, this is all bullshit. This can't
Mm.
be real.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. He's going to try and get food because he was tasked with something, so he's just not gonna think about the other thing.
Okay.
He's gonna focus on the task. Thinking about the other thing is going to be too much for him, I think.
Okay. You eventually reach a little shop where you can get food for everyone.
Okay.
And it's at this point, whether you were paying attention to it or not, that the raven that was sort of just flying overhead drops and lands down next to you and changes into you.
Oh. What? Were you following me?
She looks at you very bored and just says, I'm about as thrilled about it as you are.
Ah, I see. So, you get bored easily or what? Why are you so all the time?
Because I've been dragged off on some quest I wanted nothing to be part of. But I will listen to my child.
Child? What do you mean your child?
She just stares at you for a long moment.
No. Her? No. Really?
What point would I have of making something like that up?
Yeah, what point of deception and all that? Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And do I seem deceptive right now?
No? Guess not. Okay, cool. Well, where's home for you?
Two places.
Okay.
The first being the land of Barovia. The second, a small corner of the Feywild.
I've heard of that place. That place is generally crazy. Interesting.
Which one? Although both would be correct.
I was talking about the Feywild, but I've never heard of Barovia.
It's better than it once was.
Okay. Well, I ask because you can probably talk to Rhea about she's got some kind of magical something or other that lets her go home for a little bit, then come back. Maybe you can go home every once in a while. At least then you won't be as bored.
Don't
What?
mistake my happenstance for boredom. I've never been very good with. And she hesitates for a moment. Emotions.
Oh. Okay, that makes a bit of sense. Well, then I will ask you. Are you hungry?
Well, depends on what they have.
Well, I have money, so whatever's on the menu.
I've not been very impressed with what this realm has to offer as far as food. Although that may just be the places that we've gone to.
Yeah. What would you usually be interested in?
In hopes of not coming off the wrong way, for the past several hundred years, and she glances at you out of the corner of her eye, I have resided in a castle.
Care to run that number by me one more time? It's several hundred years?
Mm,
That is what you said, right?
I don't know the timing exactly. Going between the material and the Feywild, time gets warped.
I see. Okay. Might I recommend the stew? How does that sound? A wibbly wobbly one might say.
Jail for the cat. Just because of that.
Oh no, they can share a jail cell.
It's not big enough.
Okay.
That's fine, I'll squeeze them in.
There you go. So, they get food.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's anything else that she wanted to say. I think this is a good cutting point.
Let me. Yeah, okay. You're in line, and it shifts to sort of being a bit of an awkward silence
Mm-hmm.
as she sort of shifts from one foot to the other. So, I suppose I meant to reciprocate. As far as questions go.
Okay. What do you want to know?
She shrugs. What do you wish to tell me?
I don't know. I know what I am in a loose sense. Like, he's gonna look down at his hands. I know that I have ties to both celestial and infernal, which is impossible. But I do. But I don't understand what it means when there's somebody else there. It's too much to think about.
She nods. I understand roughly what it's like to share a form with someone, although during that point I was well aware of its happening. But I am familiar with the feeling of knowing that a presence is there, yet not being familiar with it. I spent the first 20 years of my life haunted by that feeling.
How did you cope with it?
As she goes, as those close to me would probably tell you, not well. For much of the time, I tried to ignore it. It fed off of my emotions, in a sense. The more I felt, the more active it was, and I did not let myself feel anything.
Ah. So you shut yourself down. You shut yourself out.
She nods.
That's one way to look at it. Although, sorry to say, there may have been some lasting effects.
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
But I can share that gaining the knowledge of what was there and how to deal with it was like the weight of 100 worlds had finally been pulled off of my shoulders.
I'll have to think about that. Because it does kind of make sense. I have kind of always had these blackouts. Even when I was a kid, I remember being bullied and then waking up to the clerics getting mad at me for beating somebody up. But I never did it. It always seemed like I was getting blamed for something that I didn't do.
A feeling I am quite familiar with.
God, this is so frustrating.
I'm used to being on the other end of these conversations. And I know that if I am told to stop, then I shall. I know not to push. But have you any thoughts on this?
I think it's too much to think about.
A fair assessment.
Plus, supposedly Emmy said that they meant no harm, so I don't know. And he's just gonna let that linger.
She's not going to push it any further.
Okay.
And with that, we will cut back over to the others.
Cool.
How's it going?
Oh, Emmy's asleep again, I think. Important conversation's over. It's still 8 in the morning. It's like waking someone up at 2 a.m. They're gonna do what they need to do, and then they're going back to sleep.
That's a whole ass mood.
I know. But catch her at 7 at night, and she's wide awake and ready.
At this point, Mars would probably go back over to BB to make sure that they're okay and fuss over them and try not to think about just the absolutely insane conversations that are going to have to take place within the next couple of days, because at least half of that conversation is going to have to take place again, so that Gaius knows exactly what's going on with the red dragon.
It's, well, I won't say necessarily easy to get distracted by it, but there is the occasional buzzing purr of BB. And you would note, roll me a perception check.
Oh, goody.
Because I mean, would you say that you are a bit caught up in your thoughts at the moment as you're handling them?
Listen.
It's an honest question.
Yes.
Okay, perception check.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. As you're fussing over them and taking care of them and everything, you note that it looks like their eyes have started to open.
She gets very excited and then pauses, and before she can start making really loud excited sounds, she very quietly starts beckoning everyone over, just like, look, they've started to open their eyes. Come here. Look.
Ollie will be the first one there if they can.
And yeah, you do see what seems like the very pale gray eyes of this little newborn baby.
Aww, it's so cute. And, reach out to scratch behind the ears. Mars, you said you had that diary, right?
Yes, yes. That it's and she will shuffle through her bag and check one pocket and then another and then the main bag and then oh, okay, here it is. She will pull out the maid's diary. I can read this or JB, we're fairly fast readers. I know that you wanted to still practice the spell itself, and that is a very good idea. Even if it's not going to communicate or summon a demon, it's good to still have a solid basis.
There's just the softest of chuckles from Isabella.
Troublemaker.
Love it. Right? That's an excellent idea. I will consult my notes. So Holly goes off to grab her notes and her book and proceeds to study like her life depends on it.
So which one of you is going through the maid's diary?
Laura, call it.
I'll do it.
Alright.
What am I looking at? The deed? The boring legal papers?
How unfortunate for you. Have a good day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that might be a good idea.
Oof.
Okay. Let me just pull these up.
You did get that Law Book 101 last yesterday, last session.
Last yesterday.
Last yesterday, yes. The last yesterday, as opposed to this yesterday. It's very different.
I was gonna say last session, but it was like 2 sessions ago and then in-game play, so I started to say last session and changed to the in-game time.
10 out of 10.
Well done.
Okay. Let's see. We'll start with the deed, since that's something you guys have already sort of peeked over. JB, as you read over the document, there doesn't really seem to be anything else that sticks out to you other than the bits that are in bold there. So essentially just that the construction was only partially financed by Aldern Foxglove's ancestor, and that the rest was from the coffers of this group that is the Brothers of the Seven. With the collateral being the Seven Sawmill. And that should 100 years pass, or can't quite remember the other thing on there off the top of my head, but should one of those things pass, that the manor and all land within a mile around and below would become property of the Seven. And Alora has left.
She had to go to the restroom.
How dare she?
I know.
It be your own wife.
Tisk tisk.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, since we're waiting for anyways, I don't know if I mentioned it, but that seal that's on the deed, I made that.
You did that?
I did that.
You did that. Good job.
Where's the seal again?
On the deed to Foxglove Manor.
Yeah.
The little Hada seal? Yeah, I made
Oh.
that.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
That's cool. Good job.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is. It's really good. I was gonna say something, but like I couldn't think of something that was like playfully mean, but not
Mhm.
actually mean. So just it's good.
It's not the worst, is what you were probably going for.
I've seen better.
I was gonna be like it's adequate, but then I really don't want to hurt your feelings for really reals.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it did look like it took work.
Yeah, I had to rewrite the entire document because obviously this is from a Pathfinder thing and we're not using their maps. I was like, gotta use the right city.
Right.
Okay. I keep getting stuck at the like top. Is that a crown or a person raising their hand as if to worship with a high collar?
That's a crown.
Oh, okay. Does anybody else see the person like all hail?
I see it now. I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why have you done this?
I'm so sorry.
You've turned it into one of those. Is it a person or is it a rabbit?
No,
Nope.
I
Two
will.
people
I will
or a
present.
vase?
I will present a compromise.
Don't you dare.
It is a crab wearing a crown
Hmm.
with
I
claws
love it.
raised.
It is not a golden black dress. It is actually
It's
Oh my
black and
fucking
blue.
God.
Oh my god. Is it white and gold or blue and black?
yeah, something like that.
None of your damn business.
Uh, so yeah, that's essentially what's going to be garnered off of that document. Mars bars, as you go through the maid's diary,
Mhm.
its passages speak about. Hold on, I think my headphones are fucked up or something. What is happening here?
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
No good, very bad.
There we go. Okay. So the passages in the diary speak about various things, mostly with how she feels about her employers. She seemed to have mixed feelings, leaning towards slight fear with Mr. Foxglove, though she notes several times that his wife was ever kind. And there are also small passages that speak about a tryst with the local butcher.
Oh, like she was having one with the wife.
She was bonking
Like
the
she
meat man.
was. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
All right. Microphone privileges are revoked for the rest of the
That's a
session.
good steak right there.
All right, that's the end of the session. All right, I'm gonna see you guys next.
1,000 years prison.
Wow.
Guys, come on.
I Nope, that's the thing. I can't say you're not wrong. I mean, I can say you're not wrong. Yep.
Anyways, yes, that is essentially what you get from that diary.
Just gonna say one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like that guy's taking the RB slogan way too seriously. We've got the meats.
That's his slogan.
Hey, maybe she was pegging him. You don't know.
Maybe he was a young hipster butcher. He just had like, it going on.
There's not space in that jail cell, but I'll force you all in there.
Maybe they had lovely evenings reading Chronicles of Narnia together. We don't know.
That's also a possibility,
And also
you know.
just as wrong. No. Out there.
I'm sure Mars will tell us because all those details were in the diary, right?
Jesus Christ. So, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Did it
Does
happen?
how recent was the last entry?
Last entry was about 2 weeks ago. And the book does not have her name now.
No name, no initials on the inside.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
This is why you must always put your name in your books.
Why people will read them when you're dead?
We have to know the author.
Not
Like, this
necessarily.
could be a bestseller, and it would have to say by the maid in Haida. The Maid of Haida.
I am pretty sure
That's-
bestseller is the last thing she would ever want that book to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't have died then.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, she should not have gone into such floral detail and vivid descriptions of her time with the butchers.
Christ, guys. So, anyways.
Note to self, if the party ever finds documents in the future, no they don't.
Nat 20, do I see anything? You see nothing. You
There's
are
nothing in this
blind.
room. Move on.
Are there bookcases? No, they're not. No, there aren't.
Books, those aren't a thing.
50 Shades of Filet.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Can we please?
Mm-hmm.
Please what?
Get back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met us?
So,
Unfortunately.
So that's the information you have. What are you doing with it? From both
We're gonna
of
go
those
interrogate
documents.
the butcher about his sex life, or are we leaving the man alone?
Leave that poor man alone. He doesn't need to know this shit. So my suggestion is wait, what am I saying? So she would give some of the details about it. Let everyone know that apparently the last entry was, you said, 2 weeks ago. That apparently the wife had always been kind, Foxglove was always a creep. How recently does it say in the financials that his wife had been taking trips?
You asking me?
Yes. She will look over the document herself.
Oh yeah. God.
So yeah, you have the Fin Ledger here that has nearly a dozen entries from over the past 3 months that are labeled as Aisha's trip.
Interesting. Is there any indication that she was taking trips, like in the maid's diary, like the lady has left for her trip, or she just got back, anything like that?
There is a single passage a few months back that states that the lady of the house hadn't been around for a while, and that Lord Foxglove had attributed this to the point that she was off visiting family.
Okay. And was there any indication that she ever returned?
Not that you can see from the maid's diary now.
Was there anything special about her last entry? Like any kind of she has like she feels unsafe. Did at any point she feel like her safety was in question, that she felt like she needed to leave? Or was he just a fucking weirdo?
No, it seems more that, you would note that in the last, few months of entries that it seems that it's just her in the home, really. That Aldern seemed to have been out in Corin trying to get the manor back up and running.
Uh-huh.
But previous to that, the weirdness that he was just an unsettling man. She doesn't seem like she ever feared for her life or anything, just that he's a weird guy.
Yeah, that's fair. Hmm.
Any other details in her stuff about the mansion? Did he talk about it a lot?
Not that you can see, no. She doesn't seem to really have any information about the manor.
Mm.
It seems like the townhouse was her primary concern.
2 weeks ago, they suddenly stopped.
All of the payments for her trip were made to the same person referred to as B7 for 200 gold a week. Dropped off again every week at midnight at the place called the Seven Sawmill.
How much gold was it?
200.
200 gold.
Which is a
Which is
fucking
a lot of
lot.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I think if I remember correctly, like 25 or 50 gold a year is pretty good for an average wage. So a week?
Mhm.
Oof.
Wow.
A kingly sum, shall they say.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm
For
looking
sure.
at my
Aw.
current gold total. Huh.
Yeah, we know. Adventurers are exception to the rule.
Yeah, we still have yet
Because
to
we steal shit.
Uh-huh.
we have yet to split up those platinum pieces.
Mm-hmm.
If we even want to split them up.
You should give them all to Rhea.
No.
So, that
What's
is...
Rhea gonna do with them? She already has a castle.
If you
That was
would
some creepy
recall...
humanitarian thing.
If you would recall, she has a fort now that is in a bit of disrepair, but they're trying to get it back up into working shape. So there's plenty that she could do with that money.
So she can get it into working shape and put another down payment on another fort, so she would need more money, and then the cycle continues.
You expect me to buy that she wouldn't instantly be donating most of that to the needy and poor? Get out of here. I don't believe it for a second.
Right now, she
Sure.
is needy and poor.
Yeah, she'll never see it that way.
Her primary concern would be taking care of her family first, which is the order. So,
Yeah. She's selfish like that.
such a
Yep.
terrible person.
Awful, no good, very bad. Okay.
So what's the word, folks? What are we doing?
Is there any indication of the address of the sawmill?
No.
It-
Not on either document.
So we wouldn't think that it was the Corin sawmill? I mean, that's kind of.
I mean, how many other sawmills do we know?
Right, I
That's-
was gonna say,
yeah.
like, it'd be too much of a coincidence, I would think.
Wasn't there a conversation we had about harvesting greed, as like the emotion greed?
What?
Huh?
Yes.
So we were
The-
talking about
Sorry.
why they would choose those people at the sawmill, and then we were talking about
Ah.
a note or something, and it was like consider your debt paid in full, and he was paying them with greed somehow that was transferred. So
Huh. I will go ahead and point out for you guys. In the deed, if you check right after the bolded paragraph, the 7th sawmill is located on Kyver's Island, or Kyver's Islet in Haida. So you do not have to travel all the way back to the other sawmill.
okay, so
If
not
that is
that
what you were
sawmill.
attempting to do. Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
it's
was
separate
like-
sawmill.
Okay, hold
Two
on.
sawmills!
Okay,
Hold
so
It's
on.
almost
the-
as if
Hold
worlds
on.
have multiple locations,
You're trying to tell me that there's multiple sawmills.
right?
How are
In
they
his
getting all these
entire
trees?
Kingdom.
How?
Sounds
bullshit.
bullshit. This is a red herring,
Mhm.
guys.
Right, those crazy bastards.
I mean, you
Right.
guys are more than welcome to travel back to Corin.
If we go
I'd
to
be
the
happy to do some
sawmill,
stuff in the background.
if we go and the Dragonborn is cutting up wood, we're coming back later.
I don't get that reference.
What?
We're not gonna-
Skyrim, there's so many sawmills, you can cut wood for money. No? Okay.
I haven't played Skyrim. I never
Oh,
did.
I'm
God,
sorry.
Squee.
I didn't know he was handicapped like that. Sorry.
Oh.
Actually, Skyrim's only an okay game. It's worth playing. at least once.
Jesus.
Yikes.
You didn't have to come for my life like that.
Hey, so
Sorry.
Chris, if you need me to smother him, just send me a message.
I mean, it's
What if-
worth noting that another person he lives with also hasn't played Skyrim, and I cook for you, you asshole.
Whew.
I mean,
Ouch.
Kadi is trying to kill me too. This is all just
feel like-
shortening my lifespan quickly.
I feel like you maybe had some things you need to rethink through now.
I thought we were friends.
That was your first mistake.
I'm just fucking around. Anyways, go on.
So the sawmill that Aisha was going to is like off on a map near Haida, like not too far from us.
No, the payments were going to the sawmill. Aisha's been dead for ages.
But when she was taking those payments, wasn't she taking those payments?
She was not taking the payments. The payments were going to someone else.
Okay, sorry.
It's marked down in the ledger as payments for her trip, but she was
Okay.
already dead by that point.
Got it. I'm like, no, but it said her. Never mind.
This is great. Good job.
So we have a thread.
Hmm. A sawmill somewhere.
Yes.
Cool,
In
I
this
love
town.
those. We've had
Well-
nothing but good experiences with
Well-
sawmills so far.
Not somewhere located upon Kyver's Isle. So we have an
Yeah.
idea of where it is. Yeah.
Well, I meant to say somewhere in Haida. So
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah,
do have an
yeah.
idea. But
Mm-hmm.
yes. Yeah. Do we still want to talk to the dead lady?
Question 1. Did you enjoy your time with the butcher?
Oh my fucking god. Just leave
I
that
don't.
woman
Yeah,
in
yeah. I
peace.
don't. I honestly don't know what we would ask her.
Does this mean the
Yeah.
butcher is single?
At this point, I'm going to have Gaius and Thea show back up.
Cool. We come in with food and drink.
Holly has this whole board with like string already worked out. So you see
my
this
God,
song
hold on.
though?
How much gold should I deduct for the breakfast?
Yes, exactly.
5.
5. Fantastic. Okay. Then he's going to open the door, bring it all in, start setting it up. Then he's gonna sit down and start eating. Not even say anything to anybody, just sit down and start eating.
It's like when your dad's angry and like everybody is like tiptoeing around him.
Pretty much.
Aw.
Thea will sit down nearby and pull out a book.
Holly keeps glancing at Gaius out of the corner of her eye to try and check and see if he's okay, but she has no real way of judging that, has no clue. So
Thank you for bringing us food.
He's gonna nod. There's drinks too.
Are you alright?
He's just gonna shrug.
Just could do an insight check. See how well that goes.
Hmm. Ooh, look at you.
Baby, on point, let's go!
Damn. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Because he really doesn't know. Like, it's a lot to take in, and this is not a lot of time to process everything. So he's being curt, kind of an asshole, but you know, he's still trying to figure things out. But he's at least a bit calmer than he was before, not as freaked out.
Does he seem like he would be receptive to a hug? Or does that seem like a bad idea?
I think it's not a good idea to touch him right now.
Well, hey. Figured I would ask.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, Mars is currently having perfect clarity somehow in this
Oh.
moment.
It's like when BB's eyes opened, her eyes opened for the first time. But I can
There's a
finally
link
see.
there.
Incredible.
It's like,
you're
when guys got hit with the haste spell for the first time.
I could see colors. My favorite.
I was gonna say it's, Mars's maternal instinct kicking in. Before you know it, she's gonna be like not even looking and be to BB, don't even touch it. You know.
Just soccer moms someone out of a trap.
So, that sawmill might be a good place to check for that third faceless creature that got away.
That's actually a very good idea. Yes, that would make sense, especially if they were perhaps not an agent, but a part of the organization. Then we would want to make sure. She pauses for a moment. Yes, this makes sense. All right. Okay, so then she kind of glances between everyone. Then shall we,
Eat?
Right, yes. She, like,
Right.
actually opens up the box in front of her. We'll eat, and then we can have a plan of attack. We probably shouldn't be going out there in the middle. I'll just she just like starts taking bites.
Because if you
Right,
were
we
going
should-
to say we should get over there before eating, and I was sent to get out food, I might have been upset. Just a
We
little
should
bit.
Definitely take our time to eat and discuss, if we need any extra supplies, what our plan of attack and strategy. Y- those healing potions, that might be a good thing to look for before we go into a place with a lot of enemies. And let me look at my medicine kit. Okay, yeah, I got a lot of bandages here. I'm good for those for a little bit. Anybody else need any supplies? I did eat earlier with you. We had the bacon.
Well, yeah, we had some bacon. But this is a nice. Nice.
You absolutely
Mhm.
you even got fruit, my favorite kind. Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
You're so thank you.
I got a nice assortment, a spread even, a family-style meal.
That's so kind.
Mm-hmm. He's just staring at you with a big smile, as in, sit down and eat it.
Yeah. They will proceed to sit down and eat.
Yeah, Mars is like pointedly like looking at Holly and then looking down at her food and back and forth, just like the tiniest of nodding happening between them, just do it. Just eat as she's shoveling. Like, this is the fastest anyone's ever seen her eat. She is not a quick eater.
So,
I love awkward silence while we're eating.
No, I was just trying to think. Emmy would probably wake up while Mars was eating, starting with her nose, followed by the rest of the body.
Oh, guys, did you get cream?
Freezes mid bite.
Throws his fork down. Forgot the fucking cream.
nobody mentioned getting cream.
Never mind.
Say never
No,
to.
it's fine,
No,
really.
nobody mentioned it.
Nobody said we were out of milk. If I had known we were out of milk, I would have gotten milk.
Just vaguely threatening aura. So is it safe to say we eat?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
JB does their best. If I don't move, you can't see me impression for the whole meal.
JB,
Good job, Jax.
eat, please.
Dad's mad.
It's good food, JB. Maybe you should eat.
Only dreams now.
Just slowly building up that stress meter. Until you combust.
Lucky for you, the bar is so low you really just have to kind of look at them wrong.
Aww. It's
Ears
probably like
laid
the
back.
it's the most delicious food, but everything's so super tense you don't actually get like the seconds of the one dish you wanted.
Aww. Yeah. That's how it be.
The second helpings are like over by Gaius. You're like, never mind.
Yep.
Like he finishes first because he started eating first, and so he just sits there watching everybody.
In the future, they're gonna be.
Just awkward chewing.
In the future, Holly's gonna be like, "Man, remember that breakfast at Haida? That was the best food." And oh, yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah. There's a reason why we don't talk about that.
What happened in Haida stays in Haida.
So, the party eats. Shall we, after that, start heading over to the mill?
That seems like a good idea.
Were we
Okay.
going to stock up on supplies before or after that? I do not have any healing potions.
That's actually a really
You
good
don't
point.
need healing potions.
Like, you don't need
Don't I?
healing.
Nah, you'll be fine.
We can see if there's a potion shop along the way.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can wander around a bit.
Okay.
I was gonna
Oh,
say as we're heading out, and I apologize for this
That's
as a
fine.
player, in advance. Gaius, in your mind, you hear, Gaius, may I ask you a question?
What?
Earlier, when we were telling you about Cry, Holly and Mars were dancing around the issue in an effort to break it to you gently. Do you find that helped?
I find it annoying.
I see. Thank you.
You find what annoying?
Nothing.
Oh. Sorry.
I was having a conversation with somebody. Don't worry about it.
Glances at shoulder.
His preening self.
Anyways, shall we, let's just stands up.
So, we're going shopping.
Do we happen to encounter a potion shop on the way out of town to the sawmill?
Potion seller!
Um,
Give me your strongest
You-
potion.
which
Potion
kind?
seller, sell me a potion.
You will still technically be within the city limits going to the sawmill. There are several other mills on the islet. And yes, you will pass various shops as you make your way there. I will, though, doesn't necessarily need to be now, because I don't think we'll get to that point. But I will need you guys to choose an NPC that you want to take with you, if any.
Ah. That's a good question.
Because you have officially 2 now that are willing to go out and fight with you.
Thea and Rhea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I choose Paige.
Okay. Sure. You can take Paige.
Actually, I mean, she might be excited to go. I don't know.
I feel like that might be.
I'm sure you've had that conversation before. She's let you know that she's not really very
combatant.
experienced. Yeah, she's not very much a combatant. She's more
the field agent. I haven't gotten my certification yet.
Well, there's a first time for everything. Kicks her out the door.
Oh my God.
immediately takes 4 damage and dies. Poor wizards.
I personally vote the only because as much as I love Rhea, we haven't spent much time with her, and Emmy would like to keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just good lookout when we keep in contact with
Yep.
her.
What?
The contact would be helpful.
Anyways,
So is that a consensus on Thea then?
Yeah, sure.
Because I will.
Yeah.
All right.
For
I'll
this
make
time
sure
around.
I have her sheet ready then. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, let's take her shopping. Let's take the goth shopping.
Yep.
Wouldn't
not
be
like
the
they-
first time she's been dragged around somewhere. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, it's not
Okay,
like they
but
have
if we
a hot
pass a
topic,
hot
though.
topic, we
I guarantee you she's not going inside.
What? Why is it too?
You should try it on. It would match your eyes. It would look so good with your skin complexion.
What is it? Too mainstream now?
What the fuck did you just say to me?
You would look super cute.
Yeah, have you considered braids?
Immediately turns around, gets back in the car, and shuts the door. Locks it.
Okay, but hear me out. What
Maybe
about
bangs?
dreadlocks?
Thea and bangs. Oh god.
I know.
God.
Can I submit fun buns?
oh my god,
I mean, if
we're
you're
gonna
talking about bangs. I mean,
propose
it's
this
not.
NPC.
If you're talking about bangs, it's not like she doesn't have like forehead real estate.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ow. That hurt me. That's my child. Don't be
that was
mean.
unnecessary.
Ow.
And for your information, that forehead used to be occupied by something. Thank you very much.
Oh, so there's even more space.
Oh.
Blue was promptly kicked from the call.
Oh.
Negative inspiration.
Okay, I'll show myself out.
It's about time.
Oh my
All right, so the rest of you.
God. So,
What all are you looking to get?
healing.
Yeah, yes,
Do
please.
we... Alright, then this will be my question to you guys. Do we want to do this now? Or do we want to call it here and you guys can take the week to get me your lists?
Ooh, I might need time because, like, buying stuff for Emmy's hard.
Yeah. I personally was thinking of suggesting calling it here.
Okay.
Okay.
We will do that then. You guys have some time to figure out what you want to buy. And we will go from there.
We do have money to split, yay?
You have a lot of money to split.
200
Did
platinum.
we split it? Did we split
Yeah,
it?
why don't we,
We
do
didn't
that
split it.
at
Do
some
we,
point this
do we
week?
want to split it?
I mean, some point
yes.
this week we could do it right now.
Please.
Hang on, let me pull out my
200
mental
divided-
math
200
calculator.
divided by 5 is 40. So 40 platinum each.
Is a platinum 100 gold?
Yes, no, 10.
10.
10
So
gold.
it's basically
have
400
400.
gold each. Yeah.
I am so close to my goal.
So
What's
I
your
have
goal?
554.
I need
gold.
300 more. Then I can afford plate.
Mm.
I have 1,200. And
Mhm.
I still
Oh.
don't have enough.
You need 300 more?
I need
Mhm.
300 more, yes.
Mars
Well-
will give you the 300.
Really?
I have
Holly will
1300
split it with
gold.
Mars.
Emmy will split it too. We'll split it 3 ways. Each of us give 100.
Okay.
Do you want
I-
100 from JB? I have 1300 gold for some fucking reason.
That way you have something left over and you're not broke.
Okay.
And
All right.
honestly, if I can be very frank and honest, I feel much more comfortable with you in front of me, and I want to make sure I give you the best chance possible.
I'm
Because
blown away.
I would love
This is
to
the
So
not
we-
have stuff come past you.
Well
So we-
spoken,
we
Holly. That
need-
could have gone.
We
so
need to
wrong.
make sure that this armor has an assless option because we really like seeing guys in front.
No,
He doesn't get the armor
thought-
leggings. It's just
I thought you-
chaps.
I thought you were gonna go with. To be honest with you, you really need it, Gaius. I didn't want to say anything, but you could
No.
really use it.
Uh-huh.
No. No.
This is the
no.
first time I've ever been able to afford
I
plate
know,
mail.
right?
And this is
Uh.
like the 6th campaign I've tried to get it in. This is the only time I'm going to be able to do it. And my AC is going to go up to a 19.
Nice. Yeah, I
With sh-
guarantee you that
with
you would have
shield?
gotten it.
Without
probably-
shield. I don't have a shield. I'm
Yeah, I was thinking that's
I'm a great
impressive.
weapon. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the base is 18 and I have that amulet of protection.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 19. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Am I able to get a set of plate mail?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I did it. Milestone achieved.
If at any
Bam.
point during your journey so far you wanted to find somewhere that would definitely have stuff for adventurers, Haida is the city.
Hell yeah.
We did it, guys.
Yay.
All right. So, go ahead and take your monies. Let me know about your things. I will make a note that Thea is the one that you will be taking with you. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.